I'm Anil Kumar sharing with you solution of question 14, page 98 from Nelson Calculus. The question here is, the graph of function f of x equals to ax plus b divided by x minus 1 times x minus 4 has a horizontal tangent at 2 minus 1. Find a and b. So what we are given here is that this general expression has a horizontal tangent at x equals to 2. We need to find values of a and b. You can pause the video, try to answer this question, and then look into my solution. Well, to my students, I'll say that whenever you have two variables, we are always looking for two different equations, right? So one equation you can get from the derivative, equating it to 0, since horizontal tangent line means slope is 0. The other equation you could get from the point itself. When I say 2 minus 1 is a point on the graph, it means f of 2 is minus 1. So let us write what is f of 2 equals to. So we write f of 2 equals to minus 1. That should be, see, I have to replace x with 2. So we get 2a plus b over, within bracket, 2 minus 1 times 2 minus 4, right? So what we get here is 2a plus b over 2 minus 1 is 1, 2 minus 2 is minus 2, right? So minus 2. And when you cross multiply, what do you get? When you cross multiply, minus 2 times minus 1 is 2. So this implies 2 is equals to 2a plus b. So this becomes your first equation, right? So let me write this as equation number 1. Now to get the second equation, what we should do is we should find derivative, and we say, well, f dash x is what we need to find, and what we really know is that f dash 2 is 0 since we have a horizontal tangent, right? So first let us find general expression. We'll use the quotient rule for this particular function. So it is denominator square, so that means x minus 1 square, x minus 4 square, right? In the numerator we have derivative of the first numerator, that is ax plus b derivative, which is a, times the denominator, which is x minus 1 times x minus 4, minus first term, which is ax plus b, times derivative of this. So let's write down derivative of this. We'll use the product rule. So derivative of x minus 1 is 1, so we're left with x minus 4 times derivative of x minus 4 is 1, so we'll multiply this by x minus 1, right? So that becomes the derivative. Now, I will not simplify this, but I'll use the fact which is given to us, and that is f dash at 2 is equals to 0. Since we are saying we have a horizontal tangent at this point, right? So horizontal tangent means slope is 0. So if I substitute 2 for x and 0 for f dash x, I get my second equation. So that's what I'll do. I'll write here 0 equals 2 and substitute x with 2 to find equation in a and b, right? So we get a times, so I'll write 2 for x. So we get 2 minus 1 times 2 minus 4 minus, if I write 2 here, 2a plus b, within bracket we have 2 minus 4 times 2 minus 1 over 2 minus 1 whole square times 2 minus 4 whole square, right? So I think that's a good idea. It helps you to simplify much faster. So don't try to reduce your equation to a simpler term. Just substitute 2, right? So what do you get? 2 minus 1 is 1. 2 minus 4 is minus 2. So get minus 2a. Let's do this part now. So which is minus of 2a plus b times 2 minus 4 is minus 2 times 1, so we have minus 2 here, divided by 1 square is 1, and this is minus 2 square, which is 4, right? So if you cross multiply, 4 times 0 is 0, so what we get really is 0 equals to, we'll open this bracket now, so we have minus 2a, and minus becomes plus, and then we get, well, we can multiply this, or we'll multiply this and then divide by 2. Okay, so we have minus and minus becomes plus, so we have 4a plus 2b, right? So that equals to 0, or this equation could be written as we can divide by 2's. Okay, so we have 2a plus 2b, or a plus b equals to 0, right? So 4a minus 2a is, or you could write here, 2a plus 2b equals to 0, or a plus b equals to 0. So I'll call this as my equation number 2. Is that okay? So we have two different equations to work with. So one of them is, let me write down here now. Okay, so one of them is this one, which is 2a plus b is equals to 2. The other one is a plus b equals to 0, right? So these are equation number 1 and 2. From these two equations we can solve for a and b. So if I subtract, what do I get? If I subtract, right, then I get a equals to 2, right? So that is the value of a. Now if I substitute 2 for a, then I know from here we could write b equals to minus a, right? So let me say equation number 3 is b equals to minus a. So from that equation we get b equals to minus a, which is minus 2. Is that okay? And therefore the answer is a equals to 2 and b equals to minus 2. So that is how you could actually solve such a question. I hope that helps. Thank you and all the best.